All right, guys, back again, week 4, 360 Charlotte this week. And I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys right now the video that you're gonna be looking for this week. This is gonna be your driving line tip video for the week because I'm not gonna drive in this video right now. It's just been super busy this week, like I mentioned in the Fairbury video, and in order to just get this out on time, I just want to get this uploaded as quickly as possible to you guys. It's already in the Discord, but I just wanted to make a short video talking about this "Where's the Line" video, and then I'll hit on a couple key notes when I get to the part in the setup that I want to talk about. So, modified from Cedar Lake. Oh, I just ran a fixed league race. So, Charlotte. R3. Let me check to make sure that's the right one I put in the Discord. It is. Okay. So, a quick note before I get any further into this. In that other video, in that Where's the Line video, I believe I was on a 560 or a 567 gear. I don't do that anymore, for a few reasons, and I'll mention that here in a minute. But the shortest I go now, I'll go to a 560 for qualifying, and then maybe 555 for the heat race, 549 for the feature. So the reason I do that is kind of twofold. One, I kind of realized that the top, it just dominates this track. If you can be good on the top, even when the middle and bottom comes in, you can run usually faster lap times than somebody else on the bottom or the middle. Now there are this week's officials. I just watched one last night that two of my teammates ran, Billy and Bruce. The bottom is going to come in 1 and 2. And that's what you'll see in the video that I talk about, where the bottom/middle kind of comes in and you can make passes. So make sure you watch that video because it's important to know what the track state looks like when that happens. Other than that, the other reason I don't do it anymore is because just a learning thing. It's just, I probably had my top wing at 30 or maybe a little bit like 28 in that race. And I just don't think you have to do that anymore at Charlotte. Like I said, I just watched these guys run an official last night, and their track had plenty of grip for 24 degrees of top wing. So I don't think you need to go up on the top wing. And the reason I used to go up on the top wing and then shorter on the gear was because it bogging down, running the slider line. You'll see us run that slider line a lot in that other video. It's like slider line in 3 and 4 for a long time. It's kind of ridiculous, right? So a lot of wing angle and a really short gear are pretty good for that line because it keeps you planted with the steep wing angle, right? And then you have the RPM still to pull out of the cornering and get going. I think this is faster. That's why I do this now. I've ran this setup a lot of times. That's why I don't even need to go do laps with it. I've ran this setup so many times over the past 2 months, practicing with the Ignition guys from SSR in their hosted races, that I know this setup works. Okay, so that's why I know this is comfortable for me on the top. This is the right gear for me on the top. And, I tried when I first got in there with him. I tried a 55. I tried a 60. I was like, what if I just go to 49? Let's get a little bit taller. Let's run the top all 30 laps and see what happens. It does. The one con I will say is when you are on that slider line, if you do brake sideways, right? If you get a little too happy with the throttle in the slick on that slider line, and you do snap a little bit sideways, even just a little bit, it's going to take you a second to get back up to those RPMs, so, 7,000, 8,000, whatever it is RPMs. It's going to take you a second to get back up there and accelerate out of the corner. So you've got to keep this car straight. You've got to enter really, really straight on that slider line and then get up out of it as quick as you can, staying straight as you can, back up to the moisture, hit the cushion, and drive away. Because if you don't, You're going to lose RPM. Somebody's probably going to sneak around you on the outside or cut down on you and have a huge run going back into 1 and 2. And you don't want that. So 24 wing angle was plenty. I haven't ran more than 24 wing angle here in probably 4 months. And I've done quite a few league races, quite a few hosted races, and I think I even did official last season here. So you just don't need more than 24 here. I know it's only a 0.4 mile track, but unless for some reason you start off with like 20% pre-gen slick, and by the consolation, the end of the consolation, it's already slick from here. It's already slick from down here to, well, I guess not down there, but up here by the tires and all the way up to the wall, which I highly doubt it's going to be for an official race. You just don't need more than 24. If you do want to add wing, I think I mentioned this in the Discord. The most I would suggest going is 26. You still want to be fast here on the aerodynamically fast. You don't want too much downforce on the car to slow you down, because the around the top is like a half mile. So you've got to take that into consideration, that running around the top here is pretty much a half mile. It's 0.1 miles. How do they measure it? Like through the middle of the track, right? So, or whatever. I don't even know how they measure the mileage on these tracks. It seems like every track does it different, but I would venture to guess that around the top is pretty close to a half mile. And again, it's all about straightaway speed, in that these big wide corners, which not as wide as a Knoxville or Eldora, but they're pretty wide and they're pretty long. You want aerodynamic speed, for lack of a better term I can't think of. But yeah, you don't want to be have too much downforce on the car, slowing you way down. So especially on a 549 gear. Other than that, that was really all I needed to go over. Like I said, I've ran this setup a bunch of times. There is one other thing. The cushion is going to get really thin, and the car is going to kind of sit on this right rear, especially with the 3 bump. The weight's really going to sit on that corner throughout the turn. So you might get sucked up into the wall a little bit. That's just something I've been able to steer out of, I guess you could say, and avoid doing now that I've practiced on this setup so much. But if you do find yourself getting kind of the right rear sucked into the wall, or the car getting tight and the right front kind of hopping, either the right front or the right rear kind of hopping over that cushion, there's a couple things you could probably do to adjust it. You could adjust the bump here. You could adjust, I guess you could adjust the right front bump too, right? Go up to 6 max. Maybe even wheel spacing and stuff, and then, readjust your corner weights to get your cross weight or whatever back. But I don't know. To me, I'd rather be a little bit too tight on this track, especially if I'm running the top. But it's hard to practice here too, because you get that unrealistic cushion. I think it's going to be okay for you guys in an official setting where the cushion is wore in properly, rather than 60%, 70% pre-gen slick track. So I think you guys are going to be fine on this. Go out and try it, and let me know how it goes. If you got to make adjustments, or you can't think of what adjustments to try and make to kind of counter that tightness just past the entry in the middle of the corner, let me know. We can brainstorm together. So other than that, like I said, keep it on 24 wing angle if you can. If not, 26 is the max I'd go. And 19 fuel is enough. I think you can even get away with like 17 or 16 on the bottom here. Yeah, that's it for this one. The stagger, I think I showed you this page. Yeah, 11 stagger on the rear end. And that's it. Take care, guys. Hope you guys have already had some success if you're using it already, because I know I already put it in the Discord a couple days ago. But If you are, let me know. And if you need changes, like I said, we can brainstorm together and we'll talk it through. But take care. Good luck the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys out there.